Fighter Siddarth, buddy boy Varma will take on Eric Fowler, whose ranking went up to as high as number 5. He's 4-2 in World Series boxing, only 23. Let's get more from Mayanti ringside.
As we await our next slugfest, I gotta say it's very exciting to be here in this T-Box mobile arena. It's a fantastic concept. Are you all enjoying yourselves? You think it's a great thing that they came here? Well, it definitely gets the thumbs up. We're next for our category, the lightweight category. Please welcome from the visiting tide, in the blue corner, he's got a 4-2 WSB record. He was a 2010 US National Pale Championships and a bronze medalist and a 4-time Texas champion from the Los Angeles Matadors. Put it together for Eric Fowler!
Let me tell you something. You about to get a true Texan, boy. I'm the most ruthless and vicious lightweight ever. We ain't coming here just to do a little boop, 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 boop. I'm coming here to knock you out. You have to keep your faith no matter what happens, so you got to work hard, stay focused, and dedicate your life to what you do and what you love to do. Eric can move, he can dance, he can shake. My name is Eric Fearless Fowler, baby. I'm about to put the Bruce Lee on you.
And in the red corner, he was a silver medalist at the 2005 national champion, a gold medalist at the 2011 Super Cup. He is from Maharashtra. Put it together from the Venky's Mumbai fighter, Siddarth, buddy boy, Varma!
Ready to take on the world in a World Series boxing. You need to watch the Venky's Mumbai fighters versus LA Matadors. India is ready to dish you. ऐसी बंदिश के मुंह पे दुश्मन की चौकट में जाके उसकी हर साजिश के मुंह पे
of Denmark taking charge for this lightweight bout between Siddarth, buddy boy Varma, and Eric Fowler. Eric Fowler has lost his only bout this season in the World Series boxing. That was against the Astana Arlans, and that loss was to Idiot Yegizakov of Astana Arlans, and at the moment he's ranked 13th. So Siddarth Varma, who lost in the to Mumbai, when Mumbai were traveling to Moscow, that bout he lost to Husenov, Edward Husenov of Russia. So both players coming off a loss into this lightweight bout, and both of them got a lot to prove.
Well, you're right. Never helps to have a loss, but a distinct height advantage for the Indian. Siddarth buddy boy Varma at 172 centimeters. Has a 4-5 centimeter advantage over the shorter Eric Fowler. But the Texan, of course, we've seen has a lot of energy, fair amount of experience as well. Though he's only 23, we've got to Siddarth theoretically with more. Age 27. Didn't really enjoy himself out there in Moscow, did he? Ravi, you were there.
Well, certainly that bout was something that Eric Varma, Siddarth Varma would like to forget. But here, the Pune boy is giving a pounding in the beginning, right there with his right game to Eric Fowler, and referee Klaus Bedemann steps in to separate the two boxers. But Siddarth Varma is certainly trying to get Eric Fowler close so that he can land his strong rights.
I'm not so sure about that strategy, Ravi, because he enjoys a height advantage and doesn't need to get into a scrap with Eric Fowler. He can, if he has a good jab, just jab and move. But he's deciding instead to get up close, which may not be the right strategy. Jab and move, jab and move. This is getting to be a little scrappy. And of course, he was separated earlier by the referee because there were a lot of illegal punches to the back of Fowler's head, which is not allowed in any kind of boxing. And just to remind you, this is a wonderful initiative by IBA, giving the boxers a taste of professional boxing. No protective equipment. But, altogether, too scrappy, and this is only the opening bout, only opening round, beg your pardon.
Well, Siddarth Varma has got a great start because he landed quite a few straight onto the body, so may get the judges' nod, but still got a minute plus to go in round number 1. And Siddarth Varma has made a strong start. Twice he allowed Eric Fowler to hold his left arm, and that could be a dangerous thing because once that the point we lose one arm, you lose balance completely.
I've got to say that Fowler, of course, at a disadvantage because of the reach. But buddy boy Varma is playing into his hands. He's trying to get into this infight, which he absolutely doesn't need to. And the footwork, too, of Siddarth Varma, while he's enjoying the crowd support. Got to focus in there, buddy boy. Because the Texan lands a big left and a right that would have shaken Varma. Oh, boy. Well, we know that the Texan can land a couple of strong punches. What we need to know is how strong a jaw does Varma have.
Well, Siddarth Varma again getting close quarters, something that he doesn't need to do really with his extra reach. But last 15 seconds of round number 1, and Siddarth Varma from Pune is certainly not having it easy as the left-hander has landed a couple of good punches. And there goes the bell to signal end of round number 1. And tough to call this one, Charu, because the American came back very strongly.
Well, I dare suggest that Fowler had the better of exchanges in terms of the effect of the few punches that he landed. And yes, Siddarth was very aggressive, maybe more aggressive than he needed to be. And I don't think he landed too many punches, and nor with any real strength. And the few punches that Fowler landed certainly seemed to hurt Siddarth buddy boy Varma. And yeah, you're right, it's close to call. But I'd say Fowler did just enough to squeeze ahead for me.
That's Siddarth Varma in round number 1, and looking to make an impression here. So we look at the score, and Judge 1 has given it to red, but Judge 2 and 3 have given it to blue. So Eric Fowler has won the first round, and that's something that Siddarth Varma has got to watch out for. His close fighting tactics not really helping.
Well, for whatever it's worth, Ravi, I completely agree with the judges. I did give it narrowly to Fowler. The punches carried a lot more strength. And Siddarth, a little ungainly. He's tall, yes, but he's not utilizing that reach. Instead, getting into a bit of an infighting scrap with Fowler. And that's not what he needs. Yes, he has a lot of gumption. Yes, he's fighting with a lot of heart, but a little more style, Siddarth, will take you a lot longer. And the footwork, too, robs him of the strength in the punches when you don't quite get your body weight behind. He's in good shape, we can see that. But maybe a little more on style. I think Shiv Kumar Pal has a little to work on when it comes to style. And the technical director pro boxing of Venky's Mumbai Fighters, Joe Clough, also needs to just prepare Siddarth a little better for the contests that he will certainly be fighting in the future.
Well, at the moment, Siddarth Varma trying to get the aggressive intent going, and this time tries to connect with an uppercut. That was a punch to please the crowds, but wouldn't have gone down too well with the judges because they are not looking at just the contact. They're looking at the power behind the punches, and Eric Fowler tactically pushing Varma close, and that is not a good thing for Varma because his long arms would have given him the advantage, which he's losing by getting in close to Eric Fowler. This time a good straight left jab to the jaw. So Siddarth Varma rocked back once again.
Well, that left was an example of what I've been talking about, that the few Fowler lands find their mark and tend to hurt Siddarth Varma, who keeps swinging his hands. Another good right by Fowler. Those are hurting, and Siddarth better watch out. Little ungainly, has decent upper body strength, but the punches don't seem to carry any real threat.
Going into the final minute of round number 2. Siddarth Varma once again tries to land but doesn't connect too well. Back of the head, and immediately Danish referee Klaus Bedemann intervenes. Siddarth Varma not really able to throw the punches that he would have liked. Once again flailing in the air, and Erik Fowler very smartly closes in, goes into the clinch and pushes Varma to the ropes.
Fowler's doing the right thing by moving in because he knows he has no chance from the outside. But yeah, there's a little bit of headbutting going on, and the referee spotted that. He's warned, well, not officially warned, but has indicated that Fowler must stay away from leading with his head. And it's really coming apart for Siddarth, who gets another right by Fowler. His punches carrying no sting. Siddarth needs to just put on a little more muscle on his arms. A little awkward, ungainly, but we've got to say he's fought these first 2 rounds with a lot of heart.
Well, this round you got to score it for the blue because Erik Fowler was certainly the one who was better punches landing, and Erik Fowler has shown that he is not somebody to be trifled with. Just 23 years of age, but making sure that he's got what it takes to stay in this kind of a contest. And Siddarth Varma trying to come in close and losing the sting on his punches, and the judges would certainly be looking at those kind of straight lefts that Erik Fowler managed to land twice and rock Siddarth Varma completely. So that has given Erik Fowler the advantage in round number 2, and I think, Charu, you'd agree with me that Erik Fowler is at the moment leading on all 3 judges' cards.
Well, Fowler's up all right in the second round. He makes it on all 3 judges' cards, so it's going to be a very uphill battle for Siddarth Buddy Boy Varma. He needs to find something special. He needs to show better footwork and not walk into those Fowler punches. Stay away, Siddarth. Show us your jab.
At the moment, Siddarth Varma just punching air, not able to connect enough to impress the judges. And remember, the kind of 10-point must scoring system that the World Series boxing follows, which means that the winner connects with only full 10 points. Then it becomes tough for a boxer to come back if they lose more than 2 rounds.
Well, this is all getting very scrappy. Can't do that. Of course, Fowler will be asked to not lead with his head. But Siddarth Varma not able to capitalize. No real sting in his punches, Ravi. That's the biggest problem for me. He's got plenty of openings, plenty of chances, but not having enough of a sting in the punches. He hasn't been able to damage Fowler in any way, and yet, on the counter, Fowler's come back magnificently. That's the difference between these 2.
Fowler's trying to go in low and was given a caution by referee. Not yet docked a point, but that wouldn't be too far, as Erik Fowler is again trying to get in and hold Siddarth Varma. Klaus Bedemann, the Danish referee, has to step in. But Siddarth Varma is now again a jab from Erik Fowler connects as we are halfway through round number 3, and once again the American has got the advantage.
Well, Fowler certainly hurt Varma with his punches, even though Varma is showing a game face right now. He must not allow Fowler to get close. It robs Siddarth Varma of the leverage that his long arms can provide. And Fowler, we've got to say, is using his strategy rather well of getting in close and not allowing Varma any scope at all. Now, again, plenty of chances in that advance for Varma, but just seems to me, Ravi, he has no real sting. I've said that before. No real sting in his punches, and that's a bit of a setback for the young man.
Erik Fowler is also presenting a smaller target by bending down low, and that's creating a problem for Siddarth Varma, who's back into the corner and unable to get out. But I think it's about time that the referee intervened. Yes, he has called, but this time Varma manages to connect with the left and the right. It's a good combination, but the uppercut doesn't really connect. So Varma is still, I'm sure, at the receiving end. Less than 15 seconds remaining in round number 3. Siddarth Varma trying to gain the advantage, but not really successful so far, as Erik Fowler has made him work hard and landed quite a few punches, but Charu, once again, you see Siddarth Varma on the back foot.
Yeah, we've got to admit, Fowler, although he's 4 years younger, just seems to have a better strategy in this contest by moving in and not allowing Siddarth Varma any leverage. So Varma's reach has been of no use at all. And the footwork's not the best. He needs a lot of work, does Siddarth Varma, and I'm sure that coach Shiv Kumar Pal and the technical director Joe Klopp will be on his case, saying that, listen, we need better footwork, we need quicker hands, we need a little more strength in those punches. Fowler, once again, has done enough, at least strategically, to get the better of Varma in round 3, I thought, but no, Siddarth Varma, the judge's card, has done very well, so this makes it a very close contest.
Well,
And,
now certainly Siddarth Varma
Round
is
4.
back strongly as round number 4 begins. Let's see if Siddarth Varma can do something, but he has been given a few tips by Shiv Kumar Pal during the break, telling him how to get Eric Fowler not to come in and allow him to come comfortably with a low thing. And referee Klaus Bedeman of Denmark keeping a very close eye on Eric Fowler's tactics, because the head coming in low to Varma's chest can do some damage to the boxer.
Bit of a combination there for Siddarth Varma, but again, not really hurting Fowler. And Fowler, as he dips his head, Ravi, you mentioned that, becomes a candidate for a sucker punch. Big uppercut, but for now, the lack of strength in those uppercuts by Siddarth Varma has kept Fowler away from any real damage. And of course, Fowler now trying to counter. Walks into another left by Siddarth. Buddy boy, we've got to say, showing a lot of heart, a little more talent, a little more skill, a little better footwork, and Siddarth Varma could have a decent career.
Well, Siddarth Varma is certainly on the aggression in round number 4, and Eric Fowler avoiding, and that will not score well on the judges' cards, because once the boxer starts evading, then the judges take a rather dim view of that, and this time Siddarth Varma has got his aggressive intent quite clear, but can he connect enough to do damage? That is going to be the key. In a close clinch, it's going to be very tough.
Well, exactly, Ravi. He's got to move away from that clinch, because it doesn't help Siddarth Varma at all. He has the reach advantage, and he should stay away from Fowler. I'm sure his corner is telling him that. Finally, a breather.
Eric Fowler, this time a good left hook from Siddarth Varma connects, and the crowd begging him on, but Eric Fowler again very smartly avoiding him, but coming onto the ropes. Now this is the opportunity for Siddarth Varma, but Eric Fowler very smartly coming in close to allow Siddarth Varma to take advantage, not allowing him at all. And once again, the referee quite correctly noticing that Eric Fowler is holding Siddarth Varma's glove.
Decent combination for Varma, but both have given as good as they've gotten. The crowd right behind their local favorite. And why not? Siddarth manages to work the crowd even as his Fowler's up against the rope. Did I see a mouthpiece fall? Yeah, I think I did. We'll get the mouthpiece back on. But great heart shown by Siddarth Buddy Boy Varma. Not so in terms of skill and footwork, I've said that before, but great heart. And a lot of boxing really, Ravi, is all about heart. Fowler, the Texan showman.
Well, that was a good opportunity for Siddarth Varma to land a few, but he lost his gum shield in the process, and that allowed Eric Fowler to get a breather. But at that point, I thought Siddarth Varma had the advantage. End of round number 3, and this one certainly has Siddarth, beg your pardon, round number 4. The third was cleanly won by Siddarth Varma, and I think he has done enough in round number 4 to impress the judges once again.
Well, I must say, his aggression continues. So Siddarth, buddy boy, well done. He hasn't backpedaled at all. He's absorbed a lot of those Fowler charges. It's just a pity that despite Fowler offering him plenty of opportunities for the uppercut, he hasn't really been able to land the big punch. There's that opportunity that I was talking about. Fowler's low and presenting his chin, his face. Nice combination by Siddarth in round 4. And yes, Ravi, I agree. I think he's done enough to take the judges' verdict in round 4 as well. Good combination.
Well, there you see that aggressive intent, raw power coming from Siddarth Varma, and round number 4 certainly has got the affirmation from all the 3 judges. So that gives Siddarth Varma a definite lead as we start round number 5. The 5th and final round. Remember, this is 5 3-minute rounds in the contest. And Charu, if the Venky's Mumbai Fighters pocket this one, as it's looking likely, then 3 points in the bag.
Well, that'll just be an incredible result for Venky's Mumbai Fighters. But I've got to say, a couple of nice punches landed there by Siddarth. He has his work cut out because the Texan would have been told by his corner that this is it, the 5th and final round. He's got to come out throwing everything at Siddarth, buddy boy. And yeah, nice left again by Siddarth, but he's got to watch out. Shouldn't walk into any of those Fowler counter punches. If he can just hold his nerve, show some stamina, he might have done enough, which will be quite incredible for Venky's Mumbai Fighters.
Well, certainly at the moment, Siddarth Varma is looking the better man in the ring, and he's got Eric Fowler backpedaling, and that's a good sign because the judges immediately see a sign of aggression, and that aggressive intent tends to score positively in the minds of the judges. Eric Fowler again managed to get out, but Siddarth Varma's raw aggression once again has Eric Fowler in a spot of bother. Eric Fowler trying to connect, tiring both boxes, but well, minute and 30 remaining on the clock in round number 5, and Eric Fowler is just trying to come back at any cost.
Well, this is a fabulous fight to the finish. We've got to say both boxers showing a lot of heart, but Siddarth Varma better watch out. All I want him to do is not get into the way of those big punches by Fowler. He's done enough already in the first half of this 5th and final round, that is. Struck a few, and you can see that Fowler's also winded, but the last few seconds need to go Siddarth buddy boy Varma's way. Still very close to call, Ravi, but we've said it before, it'll be such a huge moment for Venky's Mumbai Fighters if Siddarth were to get better of the very spirited Texan.
At the moment, Siddarth Varma certainly looking the more positive, and we've got less than 45 seconds remaining on the clock in round number 5, and Siddarth Varma looking good to seal all 3 points for Venky's Mumbai Fighters. That will be an achievement considering that Los Angeles Matadors were semi-finalists last year when they won the Americas region. Remember, it was a very different format, and this time again, punches flying but meeting air rather than flesh, and referee intervenes.
Well, what a great finish to this 5th and final round. Very close. Began Siddarth Varma's way, moved Fowler's way, and eventually it could be Siddarth buddy boy Varma. Has he done enough? That's the end of this bout. There we go. Looks like the Indian has done enough. Lots of home support. Venky's Mumbai Fighters might be onto a very special thing tonight. We'll see. We'll come back with the judges' results in a moment, but Fowler still full of fight, full of showmanship. Not a 4-time Texas champion for nothing, and also a bronze in the 2009 US Championship for Fowler. Absorbed quite a few punches from Siddarth buddy boy Varma. May not have carried too much weight, but Varma not shy of throwing them. Needs to work on his strategy, needs to work on his footwork, but for the moment he's shown a lot of heart, Ravi, and if for nothing else, for the heart that he's shown here, he should be a narrow victor for me.
Siddarth Varma did manage to connect quite a few in the final round, and we'll have to wait for the final result, but at the moment it is it could go either way because the first 2 rounds were well scored by the American Eric Fowler from Texas, but round 3 and 4 went the way of the Indian. So we'll have to wait for the final results, but Siddarth Varma apparently could be celebrating very soon. But the point about Siddarth Varma is that during the bout, he still manages to steal a glance at the crowd and acknowledge their cheers.
Well, just off camera, I saw Siddarth get a quick pat on the back by the technical director, Joe Clough. And to me, that indicates that Joe's very happy with Siddarth's performance. Went down big time in Moscow just a couple of weeks ago, but hasn't he come back well against the shorter Texan? Here we go, the official result. Hold your breath.
Judge 1, 48-47. Judge 2, 48-47. And Judge 3, 48-47. The winner of this bout from the red corner, Siddarth Buddy Boy Varma!
Siddarth Varma winning on all three judges' cards and taking the match 3-0, and that gives the Venky's Mumbai fighters a 3-0 lead in this contest against Los Angeles Matadors. Good performance by Venky's Mumbai fighters.
Well, let me quickly explain that. That's because the light heavy contest will also be awarded to Venky's Mumbai fighters. But time for a short break. Boy, it's been breathtaking. We'll come back with the middleweight contest in a moment.